Hey beautiful, in this video I'm going to be covering 3 reasons why you may be lacking confidence. Be sure to stay until the very end of the video because I will be sharing a life-changing tip that you can implement today to help you live a more confident life. The number one reason why you may not be feeling confident is because you are not getting dressed in the morning. And what do I mean by getting dressed? I don't mean just throwing on whatever feels comfortable. I mean your Sunday best, wearing stuff that makes you look stunning. I actually did a quick Google search to see the benefits of getting dressed every morning and what does it do to a person. And this is what I found. Dressing well and staying well groomed conveys more than just power, authority, and confidence. It shows that you have self-respect. And this definition just lit me up because a lot of times when it comes to getting dressed or making sure we're well groomed or put together, we automatically go to the external reasons, right? Like people will think this way about me, or I may want a job, or I may want to convince someone that I'm a good person and make a good first impression. But we never think about the self-respect. We never think about how I'm coming across. How does it affect my own brain and how I see myself? I have found for me that when I wake up in the morning and actually put effort in, I throw a little blush on, I put a little lip color on, maybe some nice funky earrings, make sure that whatever I have on is presentable. If I was to run into an important person that could change my life, I always think to myself, does this make me feel confident if I was to run into them? Because the key here is to position yourself in a way that you believe in yourself so that everybody else that you come into contact with also feels a sense of trustworthiness and that they can also believe in what you have to offer. So regardless if you are someone that is out in these streets working and meeting and mingling, or if you're someone who simply works from home 9 times out of 10 and you're just thinking to yourself, who am I actually going to run into? It doesn't matter. It does matter, my friend, because you matter and how you see yourself matters greatly. I recently learned that it only takes about 3 to 5 seconds for someone to make up their mind about you. So you have 3 to 5 seconds to make a positive or a negative first impression. And I would argue that this is the same for how you see yourself. If you wake up and you're like, I'm going to start my day, and your 3 to 5 second first impression of yourself is, dang, I look like a bum, but whatever, or dang, I look cute. Those are 2 different energies, okay? One is gonna feel like you're starting here and just versus the other one is gonna feel like, dang, I really am out here looking cute. What else can I do? And that energy is going to pick up momentum throughout the day. And that's what you want. You want to look at yourself and you want to feel like you respect yourself, like you can take on whatever the world throws at you. And then the way others perceive you is just a cherry on top. That in order to start with that confidence, it has to come from the inside first. So you wake up tomorrow or whenever you're watching this video and you say, I just don't feel good about myself. I encourage you, look at how you are presenting yourself. Is there something that you can change? Is there something that you can tweak and make a little bit better? Do that thing, because I promise you, when we adorn ourselves, when we polish ourselves, it truly does affect how we see ourselves and how we walk in the world around us. So the second reason why you may be lacking confidence is you let your insecurities rule over you. My friend, I'm here today to tell you that there is a way that you can alchemize any insecurity and turn that bad boy into something that works for you and not against you. I once heard someone say, make your insecurities a trait. And so I actually did a quick research, little Google search over here, to realize and find out what is the definition of the word trait. And this is what I found. Trait is defined as a distinguishing quality or characteristic, typically one belonging to a person. And so when you think about your insecurities, I want you to reframe in your brain that this actually may be a quality, a positive, and to see how can you change that for your good. I want to give you a beautiful example of someone who does this like none other, and that is Lizzo. Anybody who knows me knows I love me some Lizzo. Her music is amazing. She plays the flute. I mean, she's literally brought the flute onto pop culture like stages where before, who would have thought of the flute as being a cool instrument to twerk to on stage? But Lizzo has done that. Lizzo has had so much criticism in her whole career. People have called her fat, they have called her obese, they have thrown so much hate at this woman, and she has turned it and owned that insecurity. Okay, she has taken what could have been an insecurity rather and changed it and turned it into her trait. So Lizzo actually now is capitalizing on the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of women out there that look like Lizzo and want to feel confident, and she is a beacon for those women. Because Lizzo has chosen to use all that is Lizzo for her good and walk tall and walk in that confidence, she has attracted her tribe and repelled people that are actually not made to be a part of her community. And what a gift. So many times we want everybody to fit into our community, we want everybody to go with us, but not everybody can go, okay? And it's okay to filter out people. It's okay that not everyone will go. It's okay that our tribe may be small at the beginning, but the more you get serious and specific about who you are and own every part of you, the better. The minute you own it and you walk taller and your shoulders are back is the very moment that you will feel so confident, because it's an internal validation rather than an external validation. If we were always looking to the external, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna get screwed. Lizzo actually recently launched her brand called Yitty, and it is so size inclusive, it's beautiful, and the mission is amazing. And this woman is able to not only have fans of her music, but fans of her brand. And I just want this to encourage you that if there's ever a trait, okay, if there's ever something that you do or was put on you at a young age, that you should stop doing this, or you look dumb, or yada, 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 get a grip of that and control that narrative. Because at the end of the day, you are the producer, director of your life, and you want to control that narrative any chance you get. So either it can be a narrative full of sadness and everybody's right and I suck and all of these things about me are a problem, or it can be, wow, you're so right. How amazing am I? You're so right. And I get to walk in this with confidence and help other people find their own confidence because I'm walking in my truth. When you walk tall in whatever it is that is you, when you walk tall in yourself and you feel confident in yourself fully, okay, it's an internal thing, it can never be used against you. The third reason why you may be lacking self-confidence is the fact that you keep rejecting yourself. And what do I mean by this? Rejecting yourself is a defense mechanism. We all have been guilty of doing it, so it's okay. Take a breath. But here are some examples if you don't know what I'm talking about. Let's say you have a crush and you want to tell them, but then you tell yourself, oh no, they hate me. They're going to think I'm an idiot, so I'm not even gonna pursue that. Or I really want this job and this promotion, but I'm not even going to pursue it because they're going to reject me. Or I would love to learn a new language or a new habit or take a certificate or go to a conference, but who am I? There's no point. I'm not going to do good. What's the point? I fail at everything else. All of these are defense mechanisms. They are ways of protecting ourselves from feeling the hurt and the disappointment and the letdown of failing. I'm here to tell you that this defense mechanism is actually keeping you away from all the blessings that are intended for you in this life. It's keeping you so incredibly small and away from the exposure and the expansion of walking in your calling and walking and doing the things that your soul longs for. This is what I've learned, okay, in my short time on this planet. You cannot control how others are going to react. You cannot control all of the external things, but what you can control is how you show up in this world. What you can control is what action you yourself are going to take. You are the creator of your reality. Your decisions will determine the next step and the next step and the next step. Now, every decision is going to lead you somewhere. So whether you decide to not move or you decide to move, either way, you're going down a path. And so it's up to you to decide which one do I want to take, which road. I love film. I actually went to school for film writing, and I always look at it like this. Do you want your life and your film, rather, to be a film of triumph and overcoming obstacles and inspiration and all the juicy goodness? Or do you want your film and your life to be that one of defeat and shrinking and disappointment? The choice is up to you. I can't make that decision for you. But I want to encourage you to welcome the challenge. Welcome the challenge of taking the risk. Welcome the challenge of not rejecting yourself and actually betting on yourself for once. I have found that challenges actually make us so proud of ourselves when we actually do the thing that we want to. I want to share a quick story with you actually about my nephew. He is so brilliant and I love him to death, but recently we enrolled him into jiu-jitsu and he is spectrum. So obviously things are a bit more difficult for him than your average person. And I enrolled him into jiu-jitsu, and his very first day he was terrified because he thought, I'm different, everyone's going to judge me, everyone's going to laugh at me, all these things. And actually his very first day, it was very challenging, but he did get on the mat and he learned a few moves. Next day comes around, he gets back on the mat and it was a little bit better. Fast forward today, he has been in jiu-jitsu for over 2 months now, and he is doing an amazing job. He actually has won awards with his jiu-jitsu school. Now, his talk to himself, all the things that he felt internally was him rejecting himself. Like, they are gonna judge me, they are gonna do all these things. But actually, none of those things happened. What actually happened were the instructors were more proud of him because even though he had more of an obstacle to overcome, it didn't matter. He still did the thing. He still overcame and he welcomed the challenge in spite of how hard it was. So anytime that you feel like, why me, or why should I even try? I want you to say to yourself, why not me? There's actually a famous interview with Sarah Blakely. She is a woman billionaire, okay? She started Spanx. I think she still owns 100% of her company. We're rich, inspiring. I love her, okay? There's an interview with her where she's being asked by the guy, why you? Like, what was it about you? And she pauses in the most elegant way and she says, why not me? And that is the truth. We should always have the viewpoint of why not me? Why not me? Why not get dressed and look our best in the morning? Why not bet on myself? Why not own all of the things about me that I was told are not the right thing or weird? And why not alchemize it into a beautiful trait that can be used for my good? Congratulations, looks like you made it to the end of the video, and I promised you a tip, so let's get right into it. There is a man named David Goggins, okay? David Goggins is an American ultra marathon runner. He used to be a US Navy SEAL. This man is literally crazy when it comes to self-discipline. And David Goggins actually has a method called the cookie jar method, and I want to share it with you. What you're going to want to do is get out a piece of paper and pen or use your Google Notes app, and you're going to jot down all of the things that you have overcome in your life, all of the things that you have mastered that at one point were in fact difficult. Now, it doesn't matter how small or how big, the key is to just freeform write, jot it down. You cannot actually convince somebody else of buying into something if you don't convince yourself. And this cookie jar example and exercise is a way of convincing yourself and selling yourself on how amazing you actually actually are. You, my friend, are an overcomer. You are that woman. You are that dude. Okay, I'm not gonna cuss on my video. But the more you write, the more you realize how much you've overcome, how much you are amazing. Your younger self, oh my gosh, like just think back to your younger self if they knew you now. Like, wow, we were able to do that. We were able to overcome that. We're still here. Holy crap. It is mind-blowing the amount of stuff that you will actually write about. The point of the cookie jar is it's there to help remind you of how far you've come and remind you of what you're capable of to go even further. The world we live in is full of obstacles, right? But at the end of the day, you have what it takes to overcome those things. And if there's something in your heart and in your soul that you want to pursue, but you're like, I just need more confidence. I just need, you don't. You have what it takes today to succeed. We all have a person in our mind that we envision of ourselves becoming, right? But you can be that person today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more confidence tips, and I'll catch you in the next one.